This is the list of the kids that are not currently passing for Senior Recovery Academy. We met with Mr. Leathers, and he told me to come up with a plan and determine what we need to do to help these kids move forward to the June 2013 graduation. So after we got all the data, this is what we have. We have over 24 students who are not graduating. So now we need to move forward. How can we get these students to graduate by June 2013? Most of them are failing 1 to 2 academic classes after reviewing their transcript. I guess I need to meet with the student and one of their parents and see what's going on. And then me and you can come as a part of the team, the other group, and do a collaborative type PLC to determine what we need in order to make these kids successful in their academic classes.
Okay.
Do you have know anything about any of these kids that you can fill in from the guidance perspective?
I do know.
Okay. And do you know
This
why?
one?
Yeah, we're gonna black out the name.
Okay.
So so what's going on with him?
I believe it's a math issue
Okay.
at this point. And I think that's the only one that
Okay.
I'm familiar with.
Okay, that is a math issue. So we'll meet with the teachers and see what kind of curriculum we can come with. We'll meet with the students first and see what we can do with them.
Okay.
Okay. So if we'll come back on another day and we'll talk with the student. Talk with the student and parent and see what we can resolve from some of these
Sounds like a
students.
good
And then
idea.
we can meet with the other PLC group and see what we can come up with.
Okay.
Okay. I'm the EC facilitator and the AP intern for Jordan. What we've done is we've looked at some data and determined that you're failing 2 core academic classes, and we want to invite you. We're bringing parents in to talk about you guys coming to the Senior Recovery Academy. And what it is an academy that helps students who are not passing to try to make academic gains in that academic area, and then we'll do a portfolio and see what the teacher allow you to pass. Now you're failing math, as many of our other students are advanced functioning math. Do you know why you possibly failing?
No.
No. Well, we did a Survey Monkey, and the Survey Monkey said a lot of kids are failing that class because the classroom participation is not good. They don't understand the strategy used in the class. There's a lot of classroom disruption. And so in order to give you guys a second chance, we're trying to move you guys to what we call an academic recovery plan. And what we do is we use what we call an individualized learning plan, and we'll look at your strengths and weaknesses and determine whether or not what strengths and weaknesses we need to target in our academy. Everybody will be given a portfolio notebook like this with their name, an individual learning plan, and a copy of their academic recovery plan in there, telling you what's your expectations in order to move forward out of this particular program. It meets every Saturday, 9 to 11:30. You got to meet 6 Saturdays. You can't miss. And we'll be talking to some PLC groups to see what we can do, what kind of strategies and interventions we can bring to you guys. So we want everybody to walk across that stage on June 2013. Do you have any questions?
No,
Ms.
ma'am.
Winston? Okay. You have any questions? Are you interested in the program if we're allowed?
Yes.
If you would. Okay. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, guys, this is a PLC on the Senior Recovery Academy. It's an academy that we do for seniors who are failing. And the objective of the academy is to, A, increase graduation cohort rates, provide research-based interventions to foster academic growth and success, reduce dropout rate, and increase our graduation cohort. The mission process is that in order to be admitted to our program, guidance counselor have to recommend you, which they've already done, academic recovery plan approved by a current teacher, completion of a questionnaire, and a parental approval. Our staff will include teachers from each core academic area. So we have a math teacher. We have one math teacher. We only could find one math teacher to hire that would volunteer. We have 2 English teachers, they volunteered. 2 science teachers volunteered, and an exceptions children teacher to volunteer. And some of you guys are exceptions children teachers, so you say you'll drop in, like Mr. Harrison said he'll drop in, and Starkey said he'll drop in to help out. So we're looking forward for you guys coming and provide some strategies for our EC kids. Any questions?
No.
Student outcome. We're doing formative and summative evaluations, and each kid will get a notebook with an individual learning plan. And so every kid, and I've been working on this all month, me and Ms. Gordon, and each kid will get this, and we'll know what their weaknesses, strengths are. And in order for them to get to the next level, it's like a portfolio. Each one get a binder, and so in that binder, the teachers already sent me their projects. Like Ms. Dixon sent me her project. Mr. Jones is working on his project. So each binder has whatever particular project they have. So in order, at the end of the semester, they have to, at May 26th, they have to turn in their binders, and me and Ms. T and Mr. Leathers and the will set up what we call panels, and we might ask the EC teacher to sit on the panel to justify, especially for those EC kids, why they should get credit even though they can't master the standard, even though progress. Because some teachers who are doing things outside the academy want them to master it. We're just asking them to make gains, so that's the difference. Just show effort. It's data driven. It has an individualized learning plan. It's parent input, student input, teacher input. And our goal is every child will have an academic goal, and every child will have research-based interventions. What makes us different from any other recovery plan is that it has 3 curriculums, and the kids get to pick which curriculum they want. So if you're not good with the test, you do the project-based curriculum. If you're good with tests, but you miss a lot of class and you're failing because you miss an assignment, you do the assessment curriculum. And if you're just good with computerized stuff, we're giving you the online module. Project-based curriculum is for weak academic background. Target standards to the use of real-life projects. Presentation in lieu of classroom-based assessments. Nobel Star is a computerized independent program. Some kids like to work alone. We'll just be monitoring what they do. And it's self-paced. Assessment curriculum. You got to have a strong academic background. We have some students that miss a lot, and they just say, just give me my assignments, let me work on it. But they cannot miss the program.
So if they miss days in the program,
they're out. They're automatically kicked out. It's non-negotiable. They can't miss days at school. So if you got a kid that missed days at school and don't come to the program, they're kicked out of the program. And that's a part of the academic recovery plan. And it's self-monitored, data-driven. Our job as teachers, and I know some teachers had some concerns on our earlier PLC, is what I have to do. If you're volunteering for us, we're going to give you comp time, of course. We're not going to make you teach a lesson. You're just there to filter content, of course, and provide strategies and help them think outside the box. All the projects are independent projects, or the assessments are independent. The only thing we need you to do is to sit on the panel with administration and the teacher to lobby for them if they make gains to get credit.
How do you determine how much work each person has to do? Is it based on their current grade?
It's based on the standard that the teacher said, after we sat down and met with them, that they showed deficits in. So if they showed a deficit, that's the standard they have to master, or show gains, not master, but show gains. So we sat down with each teacher and did an individualized learning plan. Any other questions? No. Okay, that's it. Thank you, guys. We'll get back together, maybe, and review it, especially at the end, and make sure these kids can do our transition component, which is move, hopefully, to graduation.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. That's it.
This is my life, homie, you decide yours. I know that Jesus died for us, that Jesus died for us, that Jesus died for us. Old folks talking about back in my day, but homie, this is my day. Class started 2 hours ago. Oh, am I late? Let me know if it's a
Student outcome. We're doing formative and summative evaluations, and each kid will get a notebook with an individual learning plan. And so every kid, and I've been working on this all month, me and Ms. Gordon, and each kid will get this, and we'll know what their weaknesses, strengths are. And in order for them to get to the next level, it's like a portfolio. Each one get a binder, and so in that binder, the teachers already sent me their projects. Like Ms. Dixon sent me her project. Mr. Jones is working on his project. So each binder has whatever particular project they have. So in order, at the end of the semester, they have to, at May 26th, they have to turn in their binders, and me and Ms. T and Mr. Leathers and the will set up what we call panels, and we might ask the EC teacher to sit on the panel to justify, especially for those EC kids, why they should get credit even though they can't master the standard. Graduation is an important milestone for students, parents, and educators. The milestone is often difficult for a variety of students to attain. The biggest barrier which enables students' achievement goal is the overcrowding of class, lack of flexibility in the master's schedule, administration lack of cultural responsiveness, and lack of differentiation of instruction to meet academic needs of all students. Culturally responsive leaders and administrators understand the importance of looking at the whole student to determine the appropriate design of the curriculum. A culturally responsive leader understands that in order to effectively move students to mastery, lessons must be begun the night before. The lessons at home impact the ability to master a rigorous curriculum. Lessons must be planned which embed students' economic, racial, and cultural factors. Transformation educators use these lessons to differentiate instruction. As a culturally responsive leader in this case study, it would be my responsibility to ensure that my transformational leadership style has a positive impact on students' success and outcome. This positive impact can be viewed as a various program to ensure the students' entire academic success. The goal of this program is to maximize student growth and individual success rather than marginalize all students, regardless of race, ethnic, and economic background.